Flying goopy things. I didn't even know that could hit you. That's great. That's so dumb. What a good game. It was so little damage I couldn't even tell on the health bar. I thought it had to do like more than 5 damage, otherwise it doesn't count. I wasn't in DT. It does 5 damage. Nice. Cool. I've literally never seen anyone get hit by that in my life. I didn't even know it existed. I literally saw it for the first time just then. Man, I am literally never gonna beat this challenge. These runs must be very relaxing after speedrunning DMC 1 and having to be locked in 24/7. No, it's the opposite. These runs are mind-numbing. Because, like, it doesn't even feel like you're participating for 90% of it. It's literally just a waste of time, you know? It's virtually impossible for me to get hit in most missions, so... the fact that I have to be present for them is really annoying. It feels like it's just a waste of my time. It's a foregone conclusion that I'm gonna no damage like 1 through 15, basically. I felt the controller shake, so I knew I got hit. Yeah, I have vibration on. Yeah, but this is much more mind-numbing than speedrunning. Because in speedrunning, there's like always the opportunity that you could save more time, you know? Like you could always just play better in the next section and it'll make up for the mistakes in the previous. Like, but with a no-hit run, you get hit, it's just over. There's no opportunity to make up for bad luck or for poor play in previous sections, it's just over. And so, it's very frustrating. Like, I don't ever feel a sense of building tension when doing a no-hit run. It's almost always like just completely and utterly boring and then instantly over. Because most of the time you don't even see the attack coming. Why can you remember the entire map? The DMC series when I'm completely lost in Fortuna Castle? Because I have like 3,000 hours in the game. If you had 3,000 hours in the game and you got lost, you might need to seek medical attention. There might be something wrong. I don't know quite that many hours, but that's I have more than that across the whole series. Well, there is kind of a progression, but you very quickly get to a one-hit PB. Like I got to a one-hit PB on the second day of attempts. And so like at any point if you get hit, well, you can't PB anymore, so. Same thing happened to when I did this like a year ago. I got to a one-hit PB really fast, and then I could just never get past one hit. Margin for error is just super small. It's one of those things that's only cool once it's done, you know? Like, the process isn't that cool. No one cares about a one-hit run, you know? No one cares about your 4-hit PB. They only care when you have actually a no-hit run. Which makes sense. I also don't care about my 4-hit PB or my 1-hit PB. It doesn't like mean anything. Maybe in a speed run, it is though to like just watch a PB. Like there is value to be gained from watching a speed run that isn't a world record, right? Like it's still impressive, but I feel like there isn't anything impressive about a one-hit PB. Because like the whole impressiveness of the goal is the totality of it, like that you did the entire game without getting hit. But it's like no longer a no-hit run if you get hit at all. Whereas it's still a PB even if it's not world record. It's still a speed run, right? Like maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe people do care. I wouldn't watch someone's one-hit PB. I'd watch a no-hit run though. But for whatever reason, it seems like the hardest part is going from 1 hit to 0 hits. Which doesn't really make sense to me. I feel like that should be the easy part. Because once you've got it dialed enough to only hit 1 hit, it's almost inevitable that that 1 hit was basically just because of luck or like a small misplay. And so if you just do it again without that small misplay or with slightly better luck, then you're fine. Then you'll just get it. Well, yeah, live, but not as like a video. I guess that's what I meant. I get the appeal to watching live. But like just as a VOD, you know? Like upload it to YouTube or something. Yeah. Live stream makes total sense to me. That makes total sense. Like you want to be there to see the run happen. So like any run could be that run. But yeah, I mean like the recording of it. Hardest part's making Moon behave for once, for real, dude. Well, actually, I mean, I practiced him a bunch today. If we'll ever get there, then I think I have a pretty good shot at making it happen, but we have to actually get there first. Because Nightmare has been mean to me today. I've already lost a run to 20 Nightmare and also to 16 Nightmare. Today. The nice thing is, since I'm a speedrunner and I'm doing mostly speedrun strats, the attempts go by really fast, like really fast. Like when I finally finish this, it's gonna be under 40 minutes. So I really get to the part of the run where it becomes difficult 25 minutes in, which is not that long. It's a pretty short no-hit run. That's really nice. Because if it was longer, like when I do DMC 3, even though I think that'll technically be easier because there's less stuff that is like gonna hit you, right? But the game is that's gonna be like an hour and a half long run probably, and so that's gonna be a lot harder in the sense that like the resets are gonna be way worse. Hey Flan, thanks for the good luck. Or when I do DMD, that's gonna be like an hour and a half long probably. Yeah, the stings are way more likely. I've never seen the goop even hit anyone ever. Thanks, Flynn. Here's open. Ah, dude, enjoy your Spyro too. Appreciate you, Marcella. Thanks for lurking. Bum 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 bum. I totally split early. Oh well. The splitter kind of seems pointless at this point. Like, every run is always green. Are there any differences in strategy between going really fast and never getting hit? A little bit. Bits and pieces. Mostly towards the end of the game, things get way different, yeah, but the first half is almost identical. I use a holy water on the bugs in mission 7. Normally I just would run past them. And then I do a skewer strat instead of million stab strat on the cat on 4. Grab a bit more orbs, that kind of thing. Get a special bonus on mission 8 by grabbing some more orbs instead of just leaving. Feels so good to split. It's time to split. Ugh. Well, I'll do that. I do actually feel really confident in my ability to no-hit this, though. I think if I switch to no damage, I could do it in a marathon, actually. No hit makes it way harder. But if I just did no damage, then I think I could do it like GDQ or something, honestly. Because then you can use untouchables, and that makes the game like way easier. Then you can just play it super safe, using untouchable in all 3 nightmare fights. No biggie. He's untouchable for Mundus. Really consistent no damage. The no hit part is what makes it hard. Because I count anything that hits you that does hit stun as a hit. So like, even when you have an untouchable active, if you get hit by something, it can cause hit stun. So like untouchables don't protect you from hits, only from damage. So they're pretty much useless in this run. That's not the jump. That's the jump. Hey, handsome. How you doing, dude? Also, I'm like totally a split ahead still. I keep... Okay, remind me not to split after 12. It says I'm on 13. I am not. I'm on 12. I'm gonna split ahead like the whole run. Later, bozo. Hit him 2 times. Do you start with DMC V, or do you have to play the others? In DMC 5? No, I mean, the cops aren't gonna come to your house and shoot your dog if you play DMC 5 first. You can do whatever you want, bro. The free country. Thank you, Blazed. I was about to go split. Free country, brother. Do what you want. Most people start with 5. I wouldn't say it's the best starting point, but no one cares what I think, so they're gonna do it anyways. I think that the way that the games progress mechanically makes them more enjoyable if you play them in release order. Because you'll build some mastery over the mechanics in a linear way. Would you be lost in the lore? There is no lore. There's nothing to be lost in. There is no story. There we go. Now we're around the right spot. Yes, sir, Vayne. It's Mundus, though, it's to be expected. It's the hardest part of the run. There really isn't much story in DMC, so if you're playing them primarily for the story, I don't know. Maybe pick a different series. I'm a bad boy that doesn't play by the rules, Harks. Why do I always do that? Like I'm asking to get hit. Playing the games in release order will definitely make you better at the games, though. Like, they progress the mechanics pretty linearly. All the mechanics that you learn in DMC 1 are pretty much applicable to DMC 3 and then 4 and then 5. Like, they just become more advanced as time goes on, so tackling them in release order will make you build some mastery over the core mechanics with 1, and then you learn a bit more with 3, and then a bit more with 4, and then a bit more with 5. And the better you are at these games, the more fun they are, so taking the time to play the previous ones will make the later ones more enjoyable, in my opinion. Oh, that's cool, Stubby. I did not know that. Good find. I've always wondered what makes the story of DMC bad. The lack of coherent character direction, the bad writing, the inconsistent tone, poorly motivated characters. The all over the place storylines and timelines. The main problem is that the characters just can't be taken seriously because their motivations make no sense. And even when their motivations do make sense, they're so ham-fisted and goofy about it that, like, you definitely can't take them seriously. Say that Dante is the best written character. Depends on the game. I would say in DMC 1, he's the best written character, but there's like 3 characters. So the bar is not very high. I think Lady is the best written character in DMC 3. People wanted an anime of that? Yep. Life imitates art, imitates life. I can't tell if that's a meme, Uwe, or not, but either way, it's hilarious. Whether you're saying that ironically because it's funny or because that's just actually how you feel and it's just timed perfectly, either way, hilarious. Thank you for proving my point. DMC is just memes. There's some really enjoyable characters, but like the plot is just nothing. It's just such a nothing burger. I love it. I don't think it has to have like a good plot, but it's really interesting to me that people like love that shit. I don't really get it personally. Yeah, so not ironic. Proving my point, but that's fine. I'm glad that you enjoy that. It's fun. Alright, Nightmare. No goop this time, huh? The little goops are on the ground that jump around can hit you, apparently. Today I learned. You think that Dante is a good written character in 3, 4, and 5? Well written? No, not really. I mean, in 3 is definitely the best writing that the games have ever had, but not particularly. I mean, is he written incorrectly? No, I guess, but there's nothing particularly interesting going on. He's just a dude. Yeah, that's how I feel, Harix. It's like, I enjoy it. I'm tertiarily interested in finding out what happens next, I suppose. But, and the cutscenes are fun. But like, I don't think that's the same thing as like having a good story. Like, I don't think that something like Virgil saying, now I'm motivated, and that becoming like a meme is the same thing as having a good story, you know? That's just it being a meme. It's just being really quotable and like iconic, which is cool, but it's not the same thing as a good story, right? That's not good writing per se, that's just... Oh, that was close. I messed up my movement there really bad. Like, it's not like you're receiving some sort of like epic story that has like these twists and turns and these characters with these complicated motivations. Like, A lot of the time you can't even tell what characters' motivations are because they don't make sense. Virgil, I'm looking at you. Looking at you. But even like the greatest impossible, the most generous possible interpretation of those in between the line meanings and the dialogue, Flen, is just like high school level writing. You know? What's up, Jacob? How you doing, dude? I mean, that is all to say that that's like totally fine. I think it's fun. I enjoy it. It's just weird when people are like so like gun-ho about the story. No, there are some cool things, like, and especially with DMC3, like there's definitely some cool thematic stuff going on about Dante and Virgil's relationship and Dante's feelings about humans and his father and blah blah blah. But like, I mean, it's all so surface level, right? At the end of the day, no one knows why Virgil's trying to destroy the human race. You know, not even him. He's, you know, he reminds me a lot of Ada Wong, actually, from Resident Evil, because she has the same problem. It's like, what is her motivation? Like, what is she even trying to do? And not even the character knows. She just shows up in every game to be the bad guy, kind of, but also the good guy. Just basically a plot device character. I feel like Virgil's the exact same way, except the problem is he's the main antagonist for like 2 of the games, so if the main antagonist doesn't have a clear motivation, that's kind of bad. I feel like. That's not even to say that it's like not good or like unenjoyable. Like I love it. It's great, but I would say if anything qualifies as a bad writing, that could definitely be it. Nice. He's supposed to be getting power so that he can protect his family, but he never has this "I'm doing this to protect you" moment with Dante in 3. He just tries to murder him. Yeah, and same thing with Nero in 5. And he also murders like millions of innocent people in multiple different games to this end. For what end? He doesn't even care about his own son. That's the whole thing, is like he's supposed to be like feeling guilty that he couldn't protect his mom. But then he doesn't do anything to protect his own family that exists. I don't know, because he literally straight up says that like without power you can't protect anything. That's why he wants to get more power. He says that specifically. What's up, Sajad? How you doing, dude? It makes no sense. Also, people actually work like that, so that's not necessarily bad writing. Like, a lot of people hurt people, right? Like, just because it doesn't make sense logically doesn't necessarily mean that like that it like doesn't work, right? But the story doesn't lead into that at all. Like if you're gonna do that, if your character is gonna like take the wrong moral from the story, like you usually have to address that and have that be like a core part of the narrative. But they don't. They just completely ignore it. They're like, yeah, whatever. He's trying to protect himself from who? Who is he protecting himself from? He's a son of Sparta. He's literally a god. He's the only people that can stop him are other sons of Spartas. If he just didn't intentionally cause conflict within his own family, he'd have nothing that he needs to protect himself from. Man's literally creating his own problems and then being upset about it. Makes no sense. And like, sure, people do act like that because they're dumb, but the story doesn't ever like point to that and be like, look, this is a problem. This is where you need to grow as a character. Then he does. He just doesn't. He just is like, I don't care. And everyone else is like, well, I guess he doesn't care. But since the games don't actually do anything to address that, it just feels like bad writing. Because it is. Oh, I messed up. Oopsies, that's fine. I was talking too much and I forgot what part of the fight I was in. That's totally fine. I used 2 holy waters there. I was only supposed to use 1. I'll just pick up this holy water. Cool, we're fine. Back on track. See, but you're like reading way too far into it. That shit is never even subtextually explained. Like, sure, if you choose to interpret it that way, then it's not objectively bad writing. But like, the game never even hints at that. Nice. Okay, but if it's in other games, like win quotes from MVC3 or Project X Zone and shit like that, but that's not the writing of Devil May Cry. That's extra shit that they like post hoc put in top of things. That doesn't make Devil May Cry's writing good. All right, well, here we go. But yeah, I mean, like, sure. But even if you do that, it's still just like an okay story, even if you like add all that on top of it. And you have to do a lot of like research and extrapolation and like assumptions to get there. Yeah, I get you. So it's just like, I don't know. To be playing it for that purpose, it just seemed weird to me. Okay. Round trip. Meteor. Then... Here we go. Alright, no more chat. Lock in. Please, Mundus, give me good RNG. Here we go. Bad RNG. Some dog shit RNG so far. Good save. Fuck, dude. Dude, I fucking hate this guy, this boss so much, dude. This bot, like, what is this luck, dude? Are you fucking kidding me?